everybody. It's Ken Snackerberg. I'm back from my trip. Had a nice surprise tonight. I had two of our 4 grandchildren here. This is Mia and that's Kobe. And they were here to welcome me home. So, a week ago I told you I was going on a trip, and I got back today, and basically in the last 9 days I visited 10 states. I drove just short of 4,000 miles. And I just need to thank some people. To my family, obviously, to my friends, to all my customers in Northeast Kansas that support me and continue to, send in those orders and follow me on Facebook, and they know where I'm at. I couldn't do this without you. A week ago, yesterday, I was sitting in New York City on the George Washington Bridge amongst 10 million of my friends, and I thought at that moment, why am I here? But then I realized I was there for a reason, because as I drove that hour and a half over to Long Island, there were so many people that saw that truck and saw that message. And that night I got taken out to dinner by a family that I had arranged a meeting with, and then the next morning I met another family, and they took me to this awesome business. It was called Finish Line USA, and they set me up with this whole thing of product. And they're the world's biggest supplier of bicycle lubricants and care products, and they were just awesome. They wanted a picture with me in the truck in front of the sign, and so the next morning I head off to Burlington, Vermont, and just follow my phone as I go, and I get there, and it's the first JDRF ride of the year, and there's 202 riders, 79 new riders, and then it was just a perfect ride. And I just want to say to Allie Levine and her staff, you guys were awesome. Again, to Mike Clark and the bike shop, you guys did a good job, and to Derek Rapp, the CEO, you'd be so proud of your people. I know you are, and I know you can't be at every ride, but I just respect you and your family so much and what you do for this organization, and you're a rock star, and I'm just very happy to be a small part of it. And the thing about this is crazy is it's morphed into something more as I'm going along. In the last few days I had 8 different families that I either met at a gas station, or they called me on the phone and they said, hey, I want to be involved with JDRF, or tell me what JDRF's about. And I was able to pick up the phone and just call the local chapters and give them their names and cell phone numbers, and I'm confident that they get that help the next day. And it's just like the Kansas City, the girls up there, I just love them so much, and they're so supportive. And I've called them on Saturdays and Sundays when a family's called me, and they're right there. And it looks to me that means there's going to be another family that wants to do a ride, or maybe wants to do a walk, and it's going to be more money and more people involved. And that's just going to be what's so great about this whole thing. I got 6 more missions to go on, 6 more adventures. I wanted to ask if anybody wants to donate to JDRF, please do if you can. If you want to do it through one of my rides, it's great. If you want to do it through a family, that you support in your own chapter, it's great. It's not a matter of where the money comes from. It's just a matter of that the money gets to research. And I know the research is working. I see it all the time when I'm at the rides. And I just think that it's just important to know that. I just wanted to close with, talking about this one family I had dinner with, and I had so many great experiences with families. But it was in Utica, Michigan, the night before last, and her name was Callie. She was a young girl, 10 years old, and I knew that it would be a special meeting. I talked to her mother, Caitlin, and she told me that she'd had some, issues growing up. She was, born with a disorder to where she's 10 years old, but she still thinks like a 4 or 5 year old. And she's got autism, and a year and a half ago they got type 1 diabetes, thrown into the mix. And so I got to meet her, and when I pulled up to the yard, she was standing out in front, with her Team Snack shirt on, holding her cat. And I asked her cat's name. She said it was Squirt. And so, we went out to dinner, and we had such a great experience, and I can tell that family cares so much and loves their daughter so much, and I see this all the time. And I just wanted to say to that family and to you and to everybody else I'm going to meet, my mission is to help you. I will lead you. I will follow you. I will walk beside you. I will sit there and I will hold your hand and let you talk to me all night. And the one thing I want to say is, I promise I won't quit. So I look forward to the next trip. Natalie, she gets to go. It's time for some grandpa time. We're going to go feed the catfish, and then we're going to eat some popcorn, and we're going to watch, hopefully if things work out, maybe we'll get to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks one more time. So just wanted to say goodbye to everybody. I love you, and thank you for all the support. See you later.